Hey guys, it's Machika. Finally, we got that long-awaited market flush. Over $200 million in long liquidations. And you know what that means? The time for real opportunities has arrived. Today, I'll show you several projects that truly deserve our attention. I'll also share some important on-chain insights and my personal expectations for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So stay tuned. This one's going to be both interesting and useful. If you've been following my recent updates here and in our Telegram community, you know I've been warning not to rush into buying spot or opening new futures positions until we get another clean reset on the crypto market. Why? Because the market needed to shake out the late longers, the ones trying to chase the price out of FOMO, or even worse, those trying to win back Friday's losses using higher leverage. We also needed to see a proper reversal structure on the charts. Something like a double bottom. Historically, we've often seen similar corrections in early October before major reversals. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Bitcoin and Ethereum corrected first, altcoins instantly dropped 10 to 15%, and boom, $200 million in long liquidations. People never learn, right? This is almost exactly what I wanted to see before a true market reversal. After Friday's drop, we were expecting at least a small bounce. Bitcoin to around 114,500, Ethereum to 4,050s, and then a stronger wave of selling to form that final reversal structure. So Bitcoin reached the $114,500 level, exactly the resistance we talked about, and spent the whole day pushing right above it, almost as if it was preparing for a breakout. At the same time, Ethereum was showing alpha behavior against Bitcoin, fully recovering from the October 10th dip and getting ready to break resistance toward the next target zone. In my last update on Telegram, I said that this bounce might stretch up to 117K, 118K for Bitcoin and $4,500 for Ethereum, forming a strong short liquidity zone before another drop. But turns out that it was a fake move. Today, both Bitcoin and Ethereum basically gave back all of yesterday's growth. And you know what? I actually like what's happening right now. First, as we didn't open new futures positions, and second, Bitcoin didn't chase the liquidity above. Look closely. There's huge liquidity sitting around 117K, 118K for Bitcoin, and around $4,400, $4,500 for Ethereum. If the market had first grabbed that liquidity and only then corrected, we'd risk a longer and deeper correction, possibly even down to the gap area around $92,000. But since the market skipped that zone and went straight into correction, I believe Bitcoin's current pullback might stop around the 110K level, maybe dipping briefly into 108K, 106K, where, theoretically, buyers should start stepping in. As for Ethereum, I'd like to see a slightly deeper correction too, somewhere around $3,600, $3,700. That would clean out all the weak hands, trigger stop losses of retail traders, and remove one big player sitting at $3,640. Ideally, at that point, we'd also see Bitcoin dominance spike to around 60%, giving us even more discounts on altcoins. So if you see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BTC dominance hitting those levels soon, that's your sign. The market might be completely washed out. Faith will be minimal, and that's when the best opportunities usually appear. Now, you might be asking, why do I think this correction could actually be the start of a new bullish phase instead of another dump? Here's why. In the last 24 hours, short-term Bitcoin holders have sold over $5 billion worth of BTC. And you and I both know, retail traders almost never act rationally. They panic when they should be calm, and they sell exactly when they should be buying. Historically, strong upward moves begin during times of fear, disbelief, and pessimism, exactly like what we're seeing right now. According to Santiment data, the overall market sentiment toward Bitcoin is now as negative as it was back in April, after Trump's tariffs, and in June 2025, when the US bombed Iran. Every time we saw this kind of extreme negativity, Bitcoin's price later climbed about 10% on average. And if this plays out again, that would mean a move back to roughly 117K, 118Ks, right into the next liquidity zone. And let's be real, we've never seen a real market top or a full bear market start when altcoins have already been completely wiped out, and short-term investors are rushing to exit the market. True bear markets always start in euphoria, when everyone believes crypto can only go up, and people are blindly buying every dip with zero fear. Right now, it's the opposite. People are scared, tired, and emotionally drained. But when we cut out all the noise and look only at the facts, everything points to a bright short-term outlook. Almost everything now supports a rebound in the crypto market, except maybe gold, which, funny enough, is already more expensive than Ethereum. Still, volatility could spike at any moment. So for now, it's better to stay focused on spot positions, not over-leveraged futures plays. All right, guys, let's move to the most exciting part, what I'm actually planning to buy during this correction. Over the past few months, I've realized one simple truth. To make real money in this market, you need to spot the next trend early. And no, you don't need to be a psychic. You just have to learn to read the charts. Because sometimes a bullish chart with strong structure can predict big news and future hype before it even happens. Take Zcash, ZEC, for example. When we bought it around $50, it had tons of untouched short liquidity sitting above, and on the weekly chart, it looked ready to explode. A few weeks later, boom, Zcash hit $260. That's a 5x move. And only after that, the entire crypto community suddenly started talking about privacy coins, calling Zcash the new Bitcoin. Now I'm seeing almost the same setup forming on Litecoin, LTC. On the weekly chart, it's crystal clear. The road to $160, $180 is wide open. And considering how much LTC dropped during this correction, a 2x bounce looks completely realistic. At that point, I'll take my initial investment out and keep the rest of the coins riding for free. If the macro cycle continues, the long-term charts even point toward $300, $600 per Litecoin. And I wouldn't be surprised if something major, like an LTC ETF approval, becomes the trigger. Let's not forget, even back in 2014, BlackRock called Litecoin digital silver. If you compare silver's chart to Litecoin's today, you'll see only one thing missing on Litecoin, a big green candle. Coincidence? I don't think so. That's why I'm definitely accumulating LTC on this dip. Because it's not trendy, not hyped, and almost nobody's holding it. It's not a meme frog, not an AI token, not a shiny Layer 2 narrative, and that's exactly why I like it. Next one, Bitcoin Cash, BCH. Another old-school coin that still looks technically strong. During the last flash crash, it didn't even dump that hard, which means serious money is supporting it. When big players defend a coin like that, it's a clear signal. Someone powerful is backing the project. I'm betting we'll see $1,000 plucked eventually. And honestly, BCH looks expensive, which ironically makes it less likely to be in the portfolios of new retail traders chasing microcaps with 10 zeros. That gives it an edge. Now let's talk Layer 2. First up, optimism, OP. Why optimism? Because it's the backbone of the Base network, one of the biggest Layer 2 ecosystems in the world. Every bit of Base's success directly feeds into Optimism's revenue. Also, WorldCoin, yes, Sam Altman's project, is built on Optimism too. So when hype hits around OpenAI or WorldCoin, Optimism benefits directly. Technically, the chart still shows untouched short liquidity above $1, which could act like nitro for the next breakout. Big capital is clearly loading up right now. Does that mean Arbitrum won't rise? Of course not. Arbitrum is still a great project. Solid fundamentals, and it's in my long-term portfolio too. But for quick spot speculation, Optimism just looks cleaner right now. Next coin, Lido DAO, LDO. This one is the king of liquid staking in the Ethereum ecosystem. And let's be real, if Ethereum starts rallying again, everyone will want to either buy ETH or stake it. That means more money flowing into Lido's protocol. They're even running a vote right now to launch a buyback initiative, using their protocol revenue to support the token. That's massive. Personally, I've been taking 50% of my profits from successful trades and putting it straight into LDO. Because I believe this project has huge upside. Its market cap is still under $1 billion, while its total value locked is over $30 billion. If hype tokens like Trump's WFI can reach $15 billion, then LDO hitting that level would be a 20x move, with way stronger fundamentals. As Warren Buffett said, if a company's business keeps growing, its stock price will follow. Same logic applies here. Technically, LDO's weekly chart looks beautiful, stacked with short liquidity above, ready to cascade once price starts breaking highs. This one belongs to the real-world asset tokenization narrative. Yeah, the chart might look boring at first glance, but when you check the DeFi Llama TVL data, you'll notice it's climbing almost parabolically. That means liquidity is flowing in and people are quietly accumulating. What's interesting is that syrup has even been mentioned around US events and discussions tied to asset tokenization. So these guys clearly have connections and capital behind them. And the chart looks just too clean, which usually means the market makers are managing it closely and preparing it for an upward breakout. I'm adding it to my watch list. Now, let's talk about BNB, the backbone of the entire Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. After the recent flash crash that almost nuked the alt market, BNB showed insane strength. It recovered fast and is already near its previous highs. That's alpha behavior. When other coins drown, the strongest ones rise first. Binance clearly isn't done. They've got the firepower. They're pushing hard to dominate decentralized trading and even expanding into the meme coin space with their new platform that's already attracting a ton of Chinese traders. There's even talk about their meme token, the one tied directly to the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Hey, if that platform keeps growing, the token could easily explode next cycle. Now, I'm not ignoring Solana either. Once the SEC finishes its current cycle of approvals, Solana might be one of the first networks to get a spot SOL ETF. And that would be huge. Within that ecosystem, one project really stands out: MNO. The fundamentals look solid, around $3 billion TVL and about $18 million in earnings. Meanwhile, its market cap is only $170 million, and FDV roughly $400 million. Compare that to Trump's WFI token, worth $15 billion with almost no utility, and you'll understand why MNO looks wildly undervalued. So remember this: if you want to make real gains in a bull cycle, look for projects with low market cap and high actual usage. That's where the X's come from. Technically, the MNO chart looks like a coiled spring. Lower highs stacked perfectly for a future breakout. So yeah, I'm watching it closely, but I'll enter only when Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BTC dominance hit my target zones. And one more thing: don't waste your energy fighting in the comments about which coin is better. Instead, drop your favorite project in the comments and share a few reasons why you believe in it. Maybe I'll cover your pick in the next market review. As always, if I find more strong opportunities for quick spot speculation, I'll share them first in our free Telegram group. No ads, no referrals, no paywalls. Just the fastest growing community of real traders. There, you can even use our bot to track liquidation maps for any coin you want and see exactly where big players might push the price next. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more daily breakdowns, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel alive and motivates me to post every single day. Stay sharp, stay patient. I'm Machika, and I'll see you in the next update. Peace.